Welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining. This is London session, 10 a.m. UK time. There is red flag news on GBP, so we won't look at GJ. And I've forgotten to stream live. Hang on a minute. Let me just put it into the live group for those of you who are adding people, want to watch how us ordinary mortals do this. CASHTRAP in there. And put it in the group. Not the Up Club group. Although they can do it too. Got some friends who are out in Bermuda picking up a big yacht to bring back to Falmouth, 2,600 nautical miles. Right, that should be going live. The currencies, as you saw then, pretty much equal. I'm going to start with Usdjpy because that's my favorite. US dollar's a little bit weaker. I see on HourGlass that it is DXY is a call at the moment, meaning it's stronger. And I was going to look at it for a put. Can see the 200 EMA moving through there. So we'll look at the 15-minute.
Sarah, are you going to share your screen?
It'd be helpful, wouldn't it? Unless you're sidekick.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Definitely not.
I appreciate that.
That's right.
A bit tired this morning. I don't know why. So we don't trade the DXY, but you can see it's cutting through the middle there. So it's going to be stuck. And as I say, all the currencies are broadly similar. So the other one I was going to look at, oh, that's just strengthened there, but it's slightly weaker on HourGlass. The only other one I thought of looking at, but we'll look at the payouts, is Audjpy. So I don't want to do Euro because it's London session and that moves. And I don't want to do GBP. And all the pairs I trade are connected to these 5 currencies here. I don't do any of those. So over time, you learn which ones you like trading and what sessions you've got available depending on other commitments. So let's move down to Usdjpy. And again, my pattern is I only take trades on the hour, possibly the 15-minute, the half hour certainly, and sometimes the 45, which I'm not really used to trading, but Kenbury Mo does on the double blessing strategy. So Usdjpy is running right stuck on the middle line between the Bollinger Bands. For strategic trades, as Kenbury calls them, we are best waiting for, if we're going to take puts, but currency here is slightly weaker, so we're best taking what he calls 4 reds, so waiting for the US dollar to come up, which may happen for the half hour. You can see the 200 moving average, so that would be a beautiful entry for a put, and we would have 4 reds. We would have red off the Bollinger Band, the 200 moving average, we'd have a sell hopefully, and then a cross down on the red line and a cross down on the red line in the overbought areas of these oscillators, these momentum indicators. So you can see it's just pushing up now. We may get a put on the 15-minute. I haven't marked up my trading view. That's 883, that red line there, and 867. So I just make a note of those because we'd want price to at least touch these lines of resistance and then reject off and come down. But it's got to get through the midline as well. So what we've got happening here, price will always move from one edge of the Bollinger Bands to the other, any time frame, any currency pair. It's a bit like a garden fence, I always say, in a house. The kids run to the fence and then run back to the house. So you can see price up at the Bollinger Bands, came down to the midline, broke through, met the Bollinger Band on the lower end, wicked off it, just after the half hour there. It doesn't always happen exactly. That was 40 minutes past. Just come back up to this midline. So it now has three choices in effect. It can rest along the midline, and professional traders, I'm not licensed by the way, I'm just sharing my trade ideas. You don't have to do nothing. Particularly after a big move, price comes back and rests between big moves on any moving average. So it has a choice. It can rest along the middle, i.e. consolidation, or it can break through, retest and go, because price always has to use levels of support and resistance. As we always say, it can't go straight up or straight down. It's not a rocket. Or it can meet the midline and then reject off it and come back down. So as you can see here, it's decided that it's breaking through. It's come up to the 881, coming up to that 15-minute. So we have got it in the overbought area, overbought. Still got the S there for the sell. And you can see we're now given a number. I know I was listening to Les's replay of his Tokyo session, and in it he said, you know, it'd be good, most developers test software before they release it. The 3.0 has been a bit glitchy. It's been reverting sometimes to 30-minute candles, and we use 5-minute candles while they sort out this numbering system, which, you know, they will. These highly you know, system's been going long enough, so they know what they're doing. So call score 1, very low, although you can see it has in fact worked its way up. So I'm going to look at trading view now to look at pricing, and let's bring that over here. I'm on the 1 minute. Oh, this is the 5 minute. That's a little doji candle. So I'll just put that red line down on the previous one. So that upper level where it reached up to was 888. So that's broadly our upper level at 883. It's just wicking off that. And then at its lower level down at 863, and I had 867. So that shows you what's happening on the hourglass chart. It's just pushing up through that, but the candle close is showing it doesn't like that level, 873, and that's off the 15 minutes. So that's probably given us a put, and it's a put score of 4. Got the currency strength in our favor, 867, 867. 867, I probably missed it. 84% on pocket option. 876. Just come down there. 875. I've just gone in for 3 minutes. Now this is fixed time. So this is just a test trade to get started. You don't have to do nothing. And just see how we get on with this, because it's off the 15-minute, and if I'm trading on my own, mostly I will wait for the half hour. If I haven't hit the hour, I'll wait for the half hour. It's gone right back up to test that 887 area. See, it's gone back up to 885. Let me have a look back on here. So it didn't like that 15-minute level. Now what that says to me is, you see it's got hidden bear here. So it's probably going to push up now for the half hour. I can't roll over on that system, so I'll just have to let that one go if it doesn't come back down. And I mean, that's too far up now. I've got 2 minutes left in it. but it looks like it's broken through. So if we put the line on here, you can see also the 200 moving average is now beneath that line. And also, if you don't get the precise entry, remember we are time-based traders. So if that was called at, what was it called at, 867, you don't want to be pressing the button when it's gone down to 862 or 860. You've in effect missed the trade. So, and if you miss the trade, you won't miss your money, is what Kembury Mo says. Put score of 5. And that level's the 884 level. So it's done a little breakthrough and it's retesting, but you can see it is still on its way up. So the next trade will be it's got 1 minute 13 to go. The next trade will be the half-hour one, 872. So it did, you see, it did do 1, 2, 3. It's done 4 rejections off that level, but normally price will go up for the half-hour. We've got 49 seconds to go. Let me see if I can move that out the way. You've got the ADX here. Now it moves in an opposite direction. So visually, you're looking to see how the lines relate to this brown line. It's a little bit more complicated. And if it's going down, then that red line will go up and vice versa. So that price is at 874. I've got 10 seconds left to go. 13, 12, 11, 10. Oh, okay, that's good. So we did get that one, 869. It's come down to that 867 level, which we said. So that's just going to clear. And that was, oh, that's ridiculously low, 31%. I didn't even look at the percentage. So certainly a test trade, because I would never, ever in a million years bother with a trade like that. However, we've got, that will have paid out $3. So what I was going to say was, normally what I'll do is just now put that profit, I'll compound onto my next trade. So let's just look on Pocket Option, and then I'll look at the chat. So the payouts are, I'm not doing GBP because of the red flag news, 82%. Euro JPY, I don't trade Euro in London, so I'm not doing that one. And I'm not doing the Euro USD. That leaves me with Audjpy, which was my second one I wanted to look at on this session. So again, when I start to trade for my session, I will think forensically, what am I going to hone in on? Which pair do I want to dissect, analyze, feel comfortable with, and in effect drive for that hour? And that, that's how I sit and look at one pair, possibly two. I don't flick through pairs and I don't press buttons willy-nilly, although I did a little bit there because I didn't even check the percentage. So Audjpy 80% is the only one I want to trade on Pocket Option. It aligns with what I said at the beginning of the session, that I'd look at Usdjpy and Audjpy. So I'll leave that, and I've got it on the 6 minute as well. So I want that, I like to keep that on the 3 minute view. And then I've got it on 3 minutes here, so give or take 10 seconds either way. It will always give you 3 minutes fixed time. So I'll leave that one set up. Just have a look at the chat. Well done, Debbie. Oh, Debbie, yes, I must catch up with you. Got to go and get my jab at 3 p.m. your time, but I'm around apart from that. Well done, Mark. Super duper. It was a little bit, how's your father, that one. So we did clear. So let's go back to, we're going to look now at a trade on the half hour. And we have got a call score of 1, but you can see it doesn't like that level. So really, I find that a bit risky because it's just playing now. It's you can see how the bands, the Bollinger Bands, are virtually running parallel. So it's in a period of consolidation. If we look on the, oh, I was going to check the scanner, but it was trouble loading for some reason. And I've cleared the cache on yesterday. Oh, that's it. I just wanted to see if there were any scans. Traders Ways, the main feed. You can access this for free. It doesn't affect our trading, but I like to look at the general direction of the market using this. Just it helps me get my bearings. So you can see Usdjpy is a sell scan on the hourly, and it is on the lower time frames. Each one of these is an hourly candle. This is what it's doing at the moment. You can see it's just sidling along with a lot of wicks, not much volume in the trading. It did clear out that big that must have been news there. It's retested the D point, which is what scans do. So now it's making its way down to take profit one. Most of these do about 89% out of 100,000 scans independently verified do make it down to the C point. The sharks are the most risky because they are a narrower angle on the Fibonacci retracement, and the D point slips. But it has solidified now because I checked it yesterday. It's moved 40 pips down, so that means the scan is verified. You'll see it, I'm pretty sure it's on the lower time frame. Here it is on the 15-minute. So let's look at what the 15-minute candles are doing. No, that's an old one. That was on that's a buy scan. Is it on the 30-minute? No, it's only on the hourly and the 4 hourly. So that shows you it's a slower moving scan. So is there any other I want to see? Nope. Nothing that we trade. There's a GJ shark there, which is heading on up. That's on the 30-minute. So that is take profit 2 now, moving up. So GJ is buying, but I don't want to, and that, as I say, that doesn't affect us as scalpers, time-based traders, just down in a few minutes. But I do like to look at the general direction of where price is headed. See if there's any others. There's nothing else. Anyway, that's because I always used to trade a scanner on Forex with the pitchforks. So Usdjpy for the half hour, it really didn't want to get up to those Bollinger Bands, did it? It's what we call ranging. Now, this is the hourly. There's your D point on the scan back there. Price came up to retest it. There, it's stuck along quarter theory. We know price tends to do that. Very strong line of support and resistance. And here it is, what we're looking at trading today. So quite a little bit riskier for us because it's just, you could call it risky or you could call it not risky, as long as you're very precise on your entries. If you're looking at this for trading at the moment, between 887 and 864, because that's what it's doing. And we did clear that one, but that's what Usdjpy is doing on this session at the moment. So let's come back to the 15-minute. It's still got the moving average on the 15-minute going up. So I'd like to see it push up before taking it for a put, but I'm not sure. You see, if you come to the 5-minute, we've now got the moving average above. So price does want to carry on down. And on the 1-minute, I can't put a fib retracement on. There's no fib, there's no angle to look at. So there's no zone entry using a fib, because as you can see, it's stuck now with that EMA through the middle, and there it is back up at that on the 25 past. So that would have been a call, wouldn't it? So let's see what we can get for the half hour. No, it was a put a minute ago. What was the previous one? It was a call at 865. So back off that bottom level on the previous one. And it did wick up, but you see how it fell back. So if you did take that at the 20 past, You probably lost that on 3 minutes. And now this one was called at 869, so a little bit of a weaker move. And it's at 875, so it's pushing up behind the put score. So as we come up to the half hour, it's still pushing up. So I'm going to wait. Now on TradingView, we can set alerts. I'm not going to do that for this, but we'll keep an eye on that for the half past. So I'm going to look, it's still at 47 to 56. I'm going to go down. Let's just look at the DXYs also going up. That's a glitch. This is the developers still sorting this out. I was working a moment ago. DXY is a call, but I'm not going to go back to that because it's glitching. So come down to Audjpy, which was the second one I wanted to look at on this session. I'll just check the chat. So Australian dollar 26 to Japanese yen 59. So that's good. I'd want to take puts. Our moving average has turned from red to green, reflecting that to red. However, it's cutting through the middle. So again, it's more consolidation going on. You can see if you read the pattern of the chart, off the Bollinger Band, broke through to the other side of the Bollinger Band, didn't manage to make it up that high. Let's put my time on properly. And just coming to this mid-range, it's not quite making it back to the Bollinger Bands, up to the midline. So this is showing you it's in a downward trend because it came back up to the midline, rejected off, but it has now hit the Bollinger Bands. You see that wick? So that wick shows you it's about to break. It could break through. I was watching Ness explain this the other night when you get the wick through the Bollinger Band. So you can see it's pressing on downwards. So we want to take puts on this, but we've got to realize that because it's moving downwards, we're probably not going to get it back up on that red line. Let me just look on the chat. My screen calls it as a 6. Very odd indeed. You probably need to refresh your screen. Cleared AU on a put. Yeah, Philip, just do what I did. Refresh your screen. I'm sorry it's glitchy. I do agree developers should test before they go live. Is that something else in the chat? I've been refreshing my screen a few times. Yes, that's what I do, Mary. 29 past. Let me come over to, oh, look at that. It was quite a drop, wasn't it? And we've got a hidden bull on Usdjpy happening now. Let's look back here because I do refresh this a lot as well. So Australian dollar's a great deal weaker. Right, I'm going to stick with Audjpy. We've got a hidden bear, which is what we were talking about. We're on the half past. I've been talking, so I haven't really had time to think about this. I haven't marked it up either. On the 15-minute, it is at 957 was the previous upper level, and it closed where it's opened again at 931. 5-minute, probably missed the trade anyway if it is a put, but you can't rush these things. Here's the previous line of resistance. So it probably did call a, no, it's given us gave us a call. Okay, so let's see what we get on the 35. So I know I said I stick to the 30 and the 45, but because this is in a downward trend, and 2924 downward trend, it's got a hidden bear on it. I don't think it's going to reverse on the half hour and go back up because it's already done one break and retest, another break and retest. Next candle opened as a sell candle. The next candle opened where the previous sell candle closed. It has now opened as a buy candle where the previous sell candle opened. So we want to see a push back up. Call score of 4. I don't want to take calls on this. So I've got 26 to 53 here, and I've got Australian dollar as the lowest on the previous, on looking at on the live charts, currency bars. So if we don't get something in a minute, we'll wait for the 45 and we'll just look between this and Usdjpy. So you see down here, you've got hidden bear, meaning your overall directional trend is down. So if I put it on the 30-minute, you can see this is the 30-minute candles down, breaking a retest above the quarter point, and then doesn't like that level. You see here it was used as resistance, then support. That shows you it is now, and then it wicked off there on the hourly. It wicked off there as and opened as a sell candle off the quarter point, which is now acting as a strong ceiling. So it is on its way down, and the hourly should show you that as well, which it does. So your previous hourly closed in London on the 10 o'clock hourly candle. Can you see it wicked right off it? It closed below quarter point, so everyone was settling up and then opening sell orders on the new hourly candle coming down. So we're trading within that hourly candle. So there are 61-minute candles, or 4 15-minute, or 12 5-minute. So that's why you see it pressing up above, because it's reflecting some of that wick. But it, as an hourly, it did not want to go through that level. So you can read your candles. There's a candlestick. I don't know the names of them all. But there's a candlestick Bible pattern thingy book PDF in the files in the team training. I may be sad, but it is a very interesting read. And you can see also this imbalance that price does want to come down now to clear this out, because it's all these buy positions. So they're pending orders and stop losses in here, and the market must always balance. And also, if you look at it, you can see that M shape, you can see head and shoulders, whatever you want to call it. So that's what's happening on this now, on Australian dollar. It's now balancing the market out, all of that. And here we are back on our 5-minute at 34 minutes past. So I want to see it come back up to what previous levels have we got? We've got 962, which is a little wick. 945. I doubt it's going to go back up here. Let me see where the 200 EMA is. Sometimes price can want to come back up. 986, and look at that level before dropping further, but I don't know if it's going to, obviously I don't know if it's going to go up that far. So it's not huge volume in this, it's a slower pair, something like Audjpy. So let's come back to our hourglass. A put score of 2, so that's not enough for us to want to take a trade. And if you read what if you say what you see, you can see it's coming off the green line, which is the oversold area. So we want it up in the red area if we're going to be in line with what our currency strength says, which is 30 on the Australian dollar to 60 on the Japanese yen. So we don't really, it's more risky. We don't really want to be taking the reversals for a call. We want to be waiting to increase the probabilities. We've done our analysis. We know what's happening. So we've just got to wait patiently and then take a put. 36, we've got the 40-minute candle. Come back to the 5-minute. It's now at 955 on TradingView. $956 on this broker. Pushing up nicely. So I've got 4 minutes to go. but ideally we should really wait to the 45 for the better reversal, because if it's, we know it's in a downward trend, it may not want to get back up over there. 986. Let me just put some of them on. That's 984, 996, 988 on that wick. I was looking at that level there, 996, that previous line of support. Put that in red. Put another one on. So it's given us that line there. It's a red line there at 945. 945. It came up to 962. Its resistance there. I'd just like to see it up more, really. There, you see how it's picking, that's why it gave us, I think, the 945, because of that line here, which was resistance. It broke through, tapped it as resistance, but here it then finally broke through, then it became support along that level. Now, I don't usually take trades at the 40 minutes past unless there's strong momentum either way, and where price is turned instead of at the 30-minute turned at the 45. But I don't think that that's what's happening with this pair. I mean, it could go right back up to the quarter point, but that's not what my analysis told us before. If I put the pivots on, lazy man's highs and lows. What do the pivots tell us? They tell us lower highs. We have got a higher low there. So there is a little bit of a reversal going on now. I used to trade this session live for the team, previous group I was in, every day, Monday to Friday, I think it was. No, I didn't. I ended up dropping Fridays, but I always used to do 1 o'clock UK time till 2 p.m. So what I learnt was this is very much the broker's switchover period. When you start to get to about 11 to 12, but it's from Tokyo, really. It hasn't done, it has moved down, but it looks like it's probably going to range. So London, it was selling off, so it could get stronger. New York reversal as you get to 2 p.m. UK time. But at the moment, we can only follow the rules of CASHTRAP if that's the strategy you're trading. And remember, you're not obliged to, I'm 100% CASHTRAP all the way. You're not obliged to trade CASHTRAP. There are other strategies included. You can look at web slinger and, you know, depending whether it's a trending market or consolidating. That's just on the 30-minute, still coming down. So we've got the new candle. Again, a put score of 2. So I'm not going to take that. It's still off that bottom line. So I might look at that for 45. Let me just look at the chat. Oh, well done, Sean. Cleared 064 at 964. Well done. Yeah, as I say, just got to be precise on this one because it's a smaller range. So you've got to be clear about the levels and press the button immediately. As I said in my session last time, if you keep the button pressed over the call or put and then release it when you want to get into it, then that will give you a very precise entry. But you need, if you abort mission, you need to make sure, keeping your finger still pressed on your mouse, that you slide it off the call or put. Otherwise, like I have done myself, you will accidentally enter a trade you didn't want to. So that is still pressing up a little bit. It was called at 943. Right, so I'll leave that one for the moment. Let's go back to Usdjpy. Put score of 3. Bollinger Bands have tightened. It's up near this upper level. That was on the 35. There was quite a nice little sell there at 871. Price is now at 866. It was called at 881. It's down near the bottom. So what we've got going on here is a retest back to that midline. So USDJPY probably carry on up for the hour, and then take a put on the hour as it reverses. Let me look at it on here. That was a nice put, that one. We have got the 200. Oh, look at that big move. Sometimes you just can't legislate for this sort of thing. Price will do what it wants to do. But that was a good trade idea, the one on the 40 minutes. Still got it weaker, and Australian dollar still a lot weaker. So we're coming up to the 45. Personally, I don't really want to take a call on it. Really, myself. The trend is your friend. I'm on the 1 minute now. 832, still pushing down. And if price doesn't pick one level, it's a bit of a truism, but it will pick the next level. 1 minute to go. So you've got, I'm on the 1 minute. So there were 5 candles in this. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the fifth candle. So this is the retrace at the end of the 5 minute candle that you can see happening. There's your 5 minute candle. This is the last one on the 1 minute. So there's the retrace happening. Someone talking. It's in the chat. Be careful taking puts about midline. Totally agree. Got an 888, cleared again on UJ. Well done, Mark. Well done. Yes, Debbie, very good point. Very good point, because the midline is like a bit of a magnet. Price is resting along. That's very good advice. Call score of 3 off the 45. So it didn't reach down to the bottom. USDJPY call score of 4. Haven't got currency strength. Cross up 1, cross up 2. Off there. Called at 8:30. Called at 8:30. Hang on a minute. Oh, that would help if I was on the correct pair. 65% on this broker. Called at 8:30. So I'll see how I get on with that one. 8:46. Sorry, 46 minutes past off that 45 candle. Let's go back to HourGlass. Call score of 4. These are the, you want these, you see it's just sidely along the bottom, 829. So you want the momentum cross up, but it's just flatlined. So if you are in this, then you may have to roll over. It's not quite down, reached the bottom at the moment. So it's just pressing on down, so I may not get this one. US dollar 36.57, call at 8:30. Come back and look here. Yeah, so it's just thinking about it. 8:34 on the broker. I've got hidden bull, but it may want to carry on down for the hour, then turn. I can't roll over, so I may not get this one. So I may be one. Where am I? So it's 8:34. Strike price 8:34. So it's quite, and it's quite a low payout, 65% on this broker. Got 1 minute 33 left in this trade. See how we get on. Hourglass. So our previous lines were here. This is like an auto support. Just struggling a little bit there. It's gone up now, 845 on TradingView. So at 63%, it's going to pay out 5, 10. Take off the 10. Oh yeah, on 15, 24, so it's going to pay out 10. 10. So what I'll do on my next trade is put I'll put 20, put that 10 profit on, make it 25. If I start a new session, I usually go back to a lower level because I find I like to warm up. I've got 10 seconds left to go in this trade. It's up at 859. I did say to you on previous sessions, I'm missing some live trading because I'm talking, they're not getting in myself. So sometimes I'm sorry, I can't always say I'm in a trade. I'll give you the analysis, give you the zones. I'll tell you if it's more risky, you know, that kind of thing. But it's up to you to press the button. So I've won that trade. So what I'll do now, I'm not going to say I'm going to take any more, but I'll put that up at 25. And then that, you know, that's how I trade. So we are 2 wins, 0 losses on this session, both on my favorite pair, UJ. I don't know what Australian dollar did. It's at 59% on here anyway, so I wouldn't be taking that. And that was, I can't see the time because I've got this bar in the way. What does the chat say? Off to work. Thanks, Sarah. You're very welcome. That was Danny, I heard pinging off. No problem. So let us know how you got on. Let's look at Hourglass. And that is heading. Now this on the hour, this would be a very nice put. So we could wait for the hour. I'm tempted to wait on as we're kind of, this is what I find when I'm trading. It's like driving a car, the engine gets warmed up, you get in the zone, you know, because otherwise you finished your hours trading and then you leave it and you come back on a session and you have to get your eye in and get comfortable with what you're looking at. Think about your analysis, think about why you're going to take the trade you're going to trade. So I'm going to stay on. You don't have to stay on if people have got other things to do. I'll stay on because I load these. They're useful for the people who are interested. Anyone that you've referred into the live group, they are tagged to you. So they will join our team with you and we will help you look after them. I'll stay on for the hour because I know there'll be people watching on Facebook, and also I load these to my YouTube channel as well. So if you've got any technical questions, so 3 types of analysis, as you know, there's fundamentals, which is looking at the red flag news that we look at on Forex Factory, which is the first thing you should do when you open up your session to trade. And there's technical analysis, which is using TradingView, which I was using. And then there's sentimental analysis, which is looking at this chart and thinking, well, what's price action doing? Where is price going? Because remember, these are algorithms. If, for example, and I always use it, look, you see there's 111000, there's a whole number up there. If price decides, if US dollar decides it's going to hit that quarter point up on a whole number, because price moves in 1,000 pip moves on Forex, then no algorithm in the world could ever, it will keep calling outputs as it hits the Bollinger Bands. It doesn't make it a rubbish system. All that it means is that price action, price has to be somewhere. Price has to be somewhere. So no algorithm in the world, it's not manned by people, can give you that kind of price action analysis. No program, no mathematical software can do that for you. Now we've got the 200 moving average beautifully positioned on these Bollinger Bands. We have the currency strength US dollar as weaker than the Japanese yen. We're 8 minutes away from the hour. Price has pushed down to try and trick us. Well, mind you, price always has to make, it's a bit like a catapult. It always has to kind of get a momentum to go back the other way. And sure enough, not quite a bullish engulfing candle, but with the wick, you know, it's and then it's an open above. So it's pushing up for the hour. It's in the overbought area, overbought. It's got B for buy at the moment. Currency strength there. I'm expecting a turn off the 200 EMA for a sell. If that remains weaker on the hour, an hourly turn. And on the 5 minutes, it's wicking off the 200 EMA at 9.11. On the 1 minute, it is above. So that is tricky for us because that's slicing through. It's saying hidden bull, but remember I'm on the 1 minute. These are tiny, tiny moves. There's your consolidation. Flat line all the way along. So it may be, we need to check the DXY before we take a put. It has been from Tokyo. It's quite flat actually, isn't it? 798 up to 918. Has stayed within a range. And in fact, that's quite unusual, that big, maybe there was some news, but that quite a big drop, 50 pip drop, which is quite a big drop in Tokyo. So it made an early move, 6:28, 7 o'clock, around about 7 o'clock. You've got Frankfurt coming in as well. So here it is just flatlining out. Now, New York reversal, it can mean that at later on, right over here, that price will start to come up. So this could be the end of its move. I don't know. But I can only read what I'm seeing on the strategy that I'm using. I'm going to come back to the 5 minute. Five minutes to go. Just check this. So 12 o'clock makes it 11 o'clock London time. You see it's got weaker. US dollar's got weaker. The DXY is a call. So we want that to come up in this next 5 minutes. If we're going to take it for a put, we want this pullback. This is on the 5 minute, the measure of the US dollar against other baskets of currencies, about 6 of them, things like the euro, Swedish krona. So we can see that it is the 200 moving average, exponential moving average. So it's weighted, price is weighted towards the most recent. It's cutting through virtually the middle, so that's more consolidation. We're not trading the DXY, we're looking at it for strength because we want it to come up for the hour. If it's going to carry on as a put, we want to see put there if we're going to take Usdjpy. 30 on the US dollar. The base currency is weaker than the Japanese yen at 44. 881 for a put. 867 for a call. So it's still in our range that we discussed earlier. It's still trading in that same range. And it's dropped quite a lot. So it went down earlier. So we'd really like to see that above. Now, sometimes it can happen. I've taken trades recently, like 5 past the hour. So I'm not liking the look of that for a put at the moment. So where was it on the half hour? So on the half hour, it went down, turned in the 45, turned up on the 45, back down for the hour. So it could be coming up, but it did weaken on it's weakened on the currency meter. And as Debbie says, we need to be wary of prices around this midline here. So it didn't quite make it to the back of the Bollinger Bands. It did try to make it to the top, but failed. So if anything, it's going to be a call on the hour, which is a riskier trade. You see that said call score 1, but price is still pressing down. And we have got hidden there. So I don't know, a little bit more. I wanted it to be up here for a put, but actually that was what happened before. And we've now got our DMI stochastic, or was that my RSI? I can't remember which one that is now. Divergence. Got divergence. Let's look on the 1 minute. So I'm not sure I'm going to take a trade on the hour. Oh, it's off. Okay, it's opening off our lower line of 862. So that, bear in mind, that's like that currency strength meter we just looked at, which said the US dollar had dropped to 1 bar. I've got hidden there. It's below my 50%. So I think we're going to get a put on this. It's off that midline though, so either it's going to be a bit of a truism. Currency strength there, break through, or it's going to turn on the hour. It's been turning on the 15 minutes at the moment, but the currency strength says it should be carrying on down now. So I'm not sure I'm actually going to press the button on this one because I'm a little bit wary of it's not doing what I hoped it would do. Let's put it that way. Call score 3. DXY is a put though. It's gone glitchy. Never mind. We can do use our own learning. Put it on that one. No. Wasn't sure I was going to take it anyway. Didn't do what I wanted it to do. It's only a call score of 2. It's just held on that line. It's called at 844. We had our higher level at 887, if you remember. It's 853. I'm probably not going to press the button on this. It's 63% on this broker. 857, just so we can look at it. This is our hour. Yeah, so I wouldn't. You see how it's dropping down? It's quite tricky, this one. So no trade for me on this at the moment. Didn't do what I thought it would do, and I'll probably, if I was stay, I'm not staying on the live session. Wait for the 15-minute and take a put off that because it looks like it's carrying on down now, doesn't it? There's it's below our 200 moving average on the 1 minute. That upper line 869. So 15-minute a put off 869 would probably be what I would be thinking about doing. Is it going to get up to 869 again though? That's up back up here. And our midline's at 852. So now I've missed a trade off the hour. That's what I would think about doing, or I'll wait for the half past. As it is, I've been trading for an hour, 2 wins, 0 losses. Personally speaking, this is how I trade. I won't trade now. I'm going out this afternoon to get the jab done. So otherwise I'd look at New York between 2 and 4 p.m. UK time. And then the next one is Tokyo. I'll be on at 1 a.m. UK time. And then Les will be on Friday for the 10 a.m. London. So just have a quick look at what Australian dollar's doing, because this is the other one I was following on this session. And I like to look at it on Trading View. On the 5-minute. Massive bear, bullish engulfing candle off the 200 moving average with 2 wicks off. So I'd be looking for it back up anywhere near that whole number, 84000 for a put. Bearing in mind we're coming up, when we come up to lunchtime, my thinking is always New York reversal, so thinking that the Australian dollar probably wants to get stronger in the afternoon if it's been going down in London. But that's what's happening on that at the moment. And on the 1-minute, whereas the 200 EMA, some people don't bother checking it. I'd just like to check the 1-minute. So actually it's right along it. Looks like it might be coming back. Just touching the bottom of that candle. Just below it now, just struggling. So that's how I'm reading it. Reading between that moving average and the quarter point, which was the whole number. I don't always keep these pivots on. I look at CASHTRAP 8975 there. So I'm going to stop the session. Let's have a look at the chat. Thank you, Mark. Thanks, Sarah. Great session. Victoria, thanks, Sarah. Got to go, guys. 3-0 for me today. Thanks very much, Sarah. Brilliant. Well done. Well done. Super duper. Thank you so much for joining. I really do appreciate your company. And as I say, I'll be on at Tokyo later, and then Les on in the Friday morning.